Hello, it is Topical Tuesday, October 27th, 2020. Steve Sipress here. No silly red Hawaiian shirt today because somehow we went right from the hottest summer on record and we skipped fall and went right to winter. Kind of chilly here in the 60s. I know around the country there's snow all over the place, but for us, it's downright chilly, getting down into the 40s overnight. But I hear next week back to high 80s and 90s, and possibly going back into the pool, and definitely back to wearing the silly red Hawaiian shirts. But I digress. Today, Topical Tuesday, and what's in the news? Well, here in the U.S., we are exactly 1 week away from Election Day, which means normally at this time of night, thereabouts, we would have an inkling or know who won or lost, who won and lost the election. But this year, with all the the nonsense and the games being played and the mail-in ballots and the voter fraud and burning ballot boxes and throwing mail in ditches and everything going to the courts and, voting extended. It's not like we all will know who won a week from now, but at least finally, the campaigning will finally be over. And then all the politicians take a very short break, and then they ramp it all up again for the next election in a couple of years. But I digress. One of the candidates, of course, as everyone knows, with the possible exception of himself, that's the whole point. He wouldn't know that the Democrat candidate for president is, of course, simply a Trojan horse, not the real candidate. If you know that millennia-old war strategy of the Trojan horse, like here is something that people accept. Oh, it's easy to accept. It's a gift. It's a big fancy horse. We'll take it inside our walled city, and then at night, when no one's looking out, pop the soldiers, and they go and take over open the gates and let all their comrades in, and they take over the city. So that Trojan horse got in there. Because it was easy to get that in there. Nobody would have said, hey, soldiers, come on in and destroy our city. So you bring in a Trojan horse that looks like it's friendly and nice and a nice gift, but of course it contains the seeds of destruction of your entire city, and that's what the Democrats are doing. They know that America was not going to vote for Bernie Sanders and his AOC radical Kamala Harris, I think, got in polls, which nobody can trust, of course, but, she was polling at around 1% when she dropped out of the presidential race, and now here she is about to become president. However, if Biden won, that is, by some miracle, if that happens, or by some massive cheating or whatever has to be done, if Biden can come from behind and pull this thing out, he wouldn't last long in office, and this incredibly unpopular, radical, left-wing, hating America person would become the president, which we haven't seen in 4 years. The most radical member of the Senate, who became the president for 8 years and tried to tear down all kinds of great stuff about America and go around the world apologizing for us instead of remarking and realizing and understanding how great this country is. And so we would just simply go back to that. But they can't just say that. They can't say, Harris is going to run for president, would never work. Sanders, never work. AOC, she's too young. But any of those way radical leftists, of course, not going to happen. So they put Joe Biden on the ticket. It's very similar to what they did with the Mueller report, right? They had all anti-Trump or Democrat investigators that would do anything to get the guy out of office, but they realized this is not going to go over well if we put an anti-Trump Democrat at the head of this thing. So I know, let's get a Republican and who's senile, like Biden, Mueller is, and let's put his name at the top of the report. He won't know anything that's going on, and that was proven when they called him in front of Congress and asked him questions about what was in the report, and he was like, what? I don't know. I never heard of that person. Oh, of course, on page 142. Did the guy even ever show up at the office? Well, same thing here. Biden barely shows up on the campaign trail, but he's at the top of the ticket. Now, this Trojan horse strategy shouldn't be news to anyone. It's not surprising. It's, again, it's millennia old, used in the war, the old Trojan horse, and it's used by savvy business owners all the time. So, for instance, auto mechanic. Mechanic is not going to advertise, hey, bring your car in, put it up on the lift, and we will find everything that's wrong with it and charge you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to fix it. Of course not. They say, hey, discounted oil change. Well, what does that mean? That's the Trojan horse, the discounted oil change. Hey, Mary, discounted oil change. That looks like a good idea. Let's bring the car in and boom. Well, what happens? They put it up on the lift. They look underneath, and lo and behold, what do they see? Ooh, all kinds of stuff needs to be fixed. Discounted oil change, $20, plus hundreds and hundreds of dollars later, you get your car back, right? Dentists do the same thing. They want to do thousands of dollars worth of dental work, but they don't advertise that. Hey, come on in and we'll charge you thousands of dollars and do lots of dental work. They say, hey, free teeth whitening. Ooh, okay, wow. People come in for the free teeth whitening. That's what they want. And then when they have to open their mouth to get the free teeth whitening, the dentist and the dental assistant look in there and go, ooh, we can't put the trays in and do the teeth whitening because you have these major things that need to be done. And thousands of dollars later, you get your teeth fixed and you get your teeth whitening. And I can go on and on and on. Restaurants do it, free appetizer or a 2-for-1 dinner. And then they sell you all the wine and the appetizers and desserts and whatever. And as a consultant, I'm doing it right here. Think about it right here in this video. It's a free video. I've done one every single day since March 2017. Over 3.5 years, I've delivered every single day. Not every day. Some days I just come on and say hello, but every single day I've recorded a video, and most of them are full of all kinds of great strategies and tactics to advertise and market and sell stuff in your business to bring in top-line revenue to business owners all over the world who have been taking advantage of my videos. And then once in a while, somebody will go to helpfromsteve.com and get a free consultation, or they'll just contact me outright and go, man, I will see your videos. You clearly know that what the heck you're doing. And obviously, you could help me to grow my business, and they become a client. So I don't come on here and go, hey, become a client, pay me $25,000 and I'll guarantee you X amount of results. I have all different programs. They all have guaranteed results, but I get a share. I get paid out of the revenue. Once the revenue comes in, those guaranteed results are hit, I get paid. But I don't come out and say, oh, give me thousands of dollars. I come out and say, I present a video like this, a Trojan horse. Hey, here's some free information. Wow, that's great. Steve gave a great gift. But after a whole bunch of those, people say they want to become a client, right? So that's the Trojan horse theory, right? Strategy. It's not a theory, it's a strategy. It's you offer something that people want that looks good, looks appetizing. You offer that for free or low price, discount, something that's very easy for them to get what they want, knowing that what they really need is much more complex. And then after you get that foot in the door, like if Biden would somehow win, which is almost inconceivable, but anything can happen, I guess. But if Biden would somehow pull this thing out and win, that's the foot in the door. The Democrats would have the Biden foot in the door in the White House, and then in a few months, weeks, days, years, whatever it would take, they get him the heck out of there, and all the radicals come in. In fact, the radicals would fill his cabinet and other positions right away anyway. So that's the Trojan horse theory. You see it in politics, and you hopefully are employing it in your business. Simple as that. That'll do it for Topical Tuesday. Sid is here. Haven't seen you in a while. Sid, great seeing you. Hope things are fantastic. Hope you're taking advantage of the last few months with the amazing time of opportunity it's been and continues to be for sharp entrepreneurs, and looks like it'll continue for who knows how long. Although, again, 1 week from today, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of the anti-Trumper states that have been hurting their own constituency and shutting down and arbitrary, authoritarian, ridiculous rules that make no sense just to depress the economy and scare everybody about the virus and make Trump look bad. Well, that ought to be ending soon, in a week or whenever, the election is finally, it's decided. And hopefully things get back to normal for people, for entrepreneurs. That'll take away the massive amount of opportunity, but plenty will remain. There's still going to be residual damage. There'll be a lot of more bankruptcies and foreclosures and evictions and unemployment as the economy gets back. But as the moratoriums end on the foreclosures and stuff, and as the government handouts end, the stimulus packages and all, there's going to be a lot of carnage, which means opportunity for people that are thinking right about how can I solve some of these problems, because that's what entrepreneurs and business owners do. We see a problem that we can solve, we offer to solve it, people pay us. Simple as that. So when there's the most problems, there's the most opportunities. Hope you, Sid, and everybody else watching is taking advantage. If you do want help, go to helpfromsteve.com. I'll give you some free help. Months later, years later, whenever, you might come back and say, hey, I made a lot of money from that one tip. I'd like to get some ongoing help, especially with guaranteed results. Tell me more about it, Steve. That, looking back, you would have seen would have been the Trojan Horse. But in the short term, it's my gift to you. Anyway, that'll do it for Topical Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Sid, and everybody else watching live. Thanks to everyone here on the replay, and I'll be back tomorrow on World Wide Web Wednesday with some strategy, tactic, tips, help for you to make money using the World Wide Web. I will catch you then. Over and out. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for all the likes. Bye-bye.